The most terrifying urban legends from every US state. This map right here of course shows all the urban legends in America. And in this series we're going to be going from the least scary urban legends to the scariest of the scariest. And you never know, it could be from your state. Now welcome back to part 2 guys, where stuff is about to get a whole lot crazier. So today we're heading over to Arizona to the Slaughterhouse Canyon. What I mean by the name, it does not sound great, does it? So back in the 1800s, a family lived in this house. And basically this place was literally in the middle of the canyon, so completely middle of nowhere. Nothing around nothing, so I mean why would you want to live there? Now the father of the family used to go out for days on end trying to find food for them. And I think you can guess where the story starts. One time he went out to get food and he never returned. So the family was stuck with no food, starving for a very long time. Until it takes an even more disturbing turn. Legend has it that the mother couldn't cope, so decided to take her own life. Then the children were left suffering for an extremely long time, but no one really knows exactly what happened to them. Now legend has it if you go to this place now, you can still hear the screams and the cries of the mother and the children. If you shout loud enough, the echo will circle the whole way around and actually find its way back to you. This place is believed to be extremely haunted and sounds pretty terrifying. Now this series is only going to get crazier, so make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss a video. See you in the next one.
Creepy urban legends from each country, Part 2. Canada. The Windigo. Windigos are described as powerful monsters that have the desire to kill and eat their victims. In most legends, humans transform into Windigos because of their greed or weakness. Various traditions consider Windigos dangerous because of their thirst for blood and their ability to infect otherwise healthy people or communities with evil.
Terrifying urban legends that turned out to be true, Part 2. In October 1970, a couple reported seeing a man dressed in a white suit and wearing bunny ears who began yelling at them that they were on private property. It was then theorized that this man was the bunnyman, an urban legend about an escaped mental patient in Virginia who took to gutting teens and hanging them from a bridge underpass. Locals were cautioned to never be caught near the underpass, which is now known to most people as the Bunnyman Bridge.
Japanese mythical beings you never knew existed. It's late at night and you're in a public bathroom. You're finished doing your business when you realize there's no toilet paper. Lucky for you, a figure comes up to your stall and asks if you want red paper or blue paper. What a weird question, but he's your only hope at having a clean bottom. You say red paper. He busts in and slices you up until you're drenched in your own blood. Rewind. You say blue paper, and he busts in and strangles you until you're blue in the face. This figure is called akamanto, or red cloak in English. And asking for different colored paper besides the red or blue that he offers will result in him dragging you to hell. Asking for yellow paper in particular will have him drowning you in the toilet. The only way to beat him is to simply ignore him. He'll walk away eventually. You'll still have no toilet paper, but at least you're alive. Here's Akamanto and Hanako-san. Like for more content about Japanese mythical beings, bye!
Let's talk about the Fufao legend. A lot of you guys know Fufao from this very famous TikTok. You know I'm gonna get. So Fufao is actually a very famous Brazilian character from the 1980s. His main audience was children. And with that came Fufao toys. So it looks like this and like this. So there is a very strange legend that says that a child got hurt by one of these toys. It's a little too graphic, so I'm gonna show you the story. Personally, I didn't really find any news articles about it, but it was a very famous legend that spread around. I mean, I've always found him kind of terrifying looking, but I don't know, he has a little charm to him, I guess.
Hachisaka-sama is an 8-foot-tall woman who abducts people and they disappear forever. Here's the ritual you must do to survive her. This was taken from the only known survivor. First, lock yourself in a room. Ofuda are protective talisman. Grasp one in your hand and never let go, and cover the windows with them too. Put small bowls of salt in all 4 corners of the room and place a small Buddha on top of a wooden box in the middle of the room. You must not, under any circumstances, leave that room from sunset to sunrise. During that time, you'll hear tapping on the windows, Hachisaka-sama calling, and Hachisaka-sama trying to trick you to open the door by imitating your family members. You'll know she's near when the bowls of salt turn completely black. Come morning, get into a car, preferably with 9 men and a priestess who can pray over you, with the ofuda still in your hand, and look down the whole ride into the airport. You'll hear tapping on the windows and Hachisaka calling, but do not look up. After that, the survivor left Japan, and he never returned.
Dating back to 1880, sightings of a 50-foot monster said to have the neck of a giraffe, head of a bulldog, and bat wings were reported. Residents could hear screams from the lake. Farm animals would disappear and attempts to build on the lake's land came to.
The Karak Highway in Malaysia is the world's most haunted highway. It is a 37-mile interstate highway that connects Kuala Lumpur to the Genting Highlands. Many mysterious and paranormal incidents have happened on this highway. I believe it's too many to be a coincidence. The first of these incidents happened when a couple and their baby were returning home from vacation. The car suddenly breaks down, which was really surprising because the man made sure the car was in tip-top shape before leaving. The highway was totally deserted, and after realizing no passerbys were going to come to their aid, the man leaves to find a phone booth to call for help. The man never comes back. After a few hours of waiting, the woman finally calls the police, and when they show up, they tell her to quickly step out of the car with her baby and do not look around. After reaching a safe distance, the woman sees her husband's headless body being devoured by a banshee-like creature on top of their car. Like this video and let me know if you'd like to hear more stories about what happens on the world's most haunted highway.